I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 23rd of August. Weather like this makes our job pretty simple, and usually dry air is in place and will be dry for a few days. Humidity values low, but the tropics are blooming, as you might expect this time of the year. Let's take a look out the window. First off, a screen capture from this morning about 6:30. Very nice. That's from Decatur. Sun coming up over the Tennessee River. Just gorgeous. Note the cloudless sky up there this morning, and pretty much the same shot coming from Trussville at Chalkville Mountain Road. And let's look at the exact same shot at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Just a few flat, fair weather cumulus clouds in the sky over Jefferson County. I wanted to start with a rainfall total map. Now that we're going to be dry for a few days, I thought I'd look back at the rain for the past 7 days. And again, you can see how it's a little spotty, but some locations have certainly seen very heavy amounts of rain. I see one 6-inch total up on the Etowah-Cherokee County line near Gadsden. See a 5.38 out there around Leeds, where Jefferson, St. Clair, and Shelby counties all come together. A 5-inch total south of Hamilton up in Marion County. Clearly, the drier cities are down to the south and east of Birmingham, down toward Lee, Russell, Chambers, and Randolph counties. But even down there, some spots hit over 1 inch of rain. But we're going to be dry for a while. There's a water vapor satellite shot. You can see the very dry air settling down into Alabama in the deep south. Those dark shades, that is very dry air. And needless to say, no chance of rain for a while. Temperature is mostly low 90s around here. Birmingham and Anniston, 91. Now, Tuscaloosa's up to 95. Montgomery's at 98, but the dew points are pretty low. Look at the dew point contours. You can see that the dew point is mixed down to 57 up there on the Tennessee border, and that makes the humidity only in the 20% bracket in some spots around here, despite those low 90s, so the heat is relatively comfortable, a dry heat, if you will. Rain for the next 5 days, valid through Saturday morning at 7, and this is suggesting amounts from a trace up in the Tennessee Valley down to about 1 inch on the Gulf Coast. And again, now that's up for debate. Let's take a look at the, first off, tropics. How can you forget the tropics? Come on, that's the big topic here. Goodness, we've got Danielle, tropical storm in the Atlantic. And off to the east, we've got that new tropical wave that is coming off the coast of Africa that looks fairly interesting. There's a look at both of those systems, and Danielle is on the left. The new wave coming off the coast of Africa is on the right, and we wonder if that new wave could become Tropical Storm Earl. We'll see. Take a look at modeling on Danielle. No change. Pretty good agreement. Most of the models bend this north with time. There's the intensity scheme, and you can see most of the intensity models ramp this up to either a Category 1 or a Category 2 hurricane in time. And there's the official track from the Hurricane Center. They've got it Saturday morning as a hurricane well to the east-southeast of Bermuda. And again, more than likely, this will recurve into the open Atlantic and no threat to land. But again, we'll watch Earl, the system coming up behind it. That's a little lower latitude. We'll see if that wants to do the same thing or maybe take a track farther south. And look at the Gulf of Mexico, a little unsettled. That down there is the surface boundary representing the leading edge of the drier air. And sometimes you can get a little mischief going on down there. The winds aloft are not especially favorable for development at this point, but we'll keep an eye on things down there as sometimes you're focused on those big systems out there in the East Atlantic, and a little blow-ups can occur in your backyard here. We'll check the GFS. This is tomorrow at 1 o'clock at 500 millibars. Nice trough over the east. Very strong shortwave coming down into Minnesota. The core of the really hot weather is back in the southwest, the 594 ring back in through there. And the surface chart showing a dry day, sunny with probably low and mid-90s, much like today. Dew point should be fairly low, pretty comfortable day. Wednesday, same thing. Thursday, no change. In fact, really a kind of a reinforcing shot of drier air drops in from the north. See the surface high there north of St. Louis. And then Friday, that high moves east, and we stay in fairly dry air. So from this one run, there's no reason to forecast any significant chance of rain for the next 5 days. Nights a little cooler. Hey, we might see Some upper 50s in the cooler pockets up in northeast Alabama Friday morning. Wouldn't that be good? Saturday starting off the weekend. Look at the trough over the west. That's a whopper. West Coast. And still ridging here down below that. We stay dry. The surface high is near Chesapeake Bay. There's Danielle, the big hurricane by then, on the east part of the screen there, the right part of the screen. Sunday, moving northwest. And around here, we stay dry with the better moisture well to the south and west. And Monday of next week, Danielle is just slowly moving north. We stay dry. And the following day, the 31st, Danielle is finally starting to make the turn up into the North Atlantic. We stay dry, but again, the GFS showing something in the Gulf. Might be feedback down there, convective feedback, but again, we'll see. But what's interesting that the GFS really on this run is saying no chance of rain for the next 8 days. Now, it's hard to go 8 days in August without some storms on radar. I'll just say that. That would be extremely unusual. But certainly in the short term will be dry. We'll check the end of the forecast on the 8th of September. Again, it's a western trough, ridging here across the deep south, and some kind of tropical mischief shows up down there in the far western Caribbean, down there at the bottom of the screen. And that certainly is possible that time of the year. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on ABC 3340 News this evening, on TV at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
Weather.